Video. In this video, I'm just gonna show how I use generics to work around some we say like context value issue you might face while using context, like with some kind of like template engine. It might be like even like the the HTML the standard like template from library. Let's say that if you're in the case where most of your the data you get from your I don't know, from your views, the data you use in your templates are, for example, passed through context. Okay, so in my case, I'm using Templ, and in Templ, the just core concept. Uh, for example, you have the view models, which is one way of like sending data to a template. It's kind of like an intermediary like layer where you can like transform your data to be ready to be used in a template. And you have another concept, I guess, which is uh, using context. And it's well explained why you might use the context, like for most mostly like to avoid like prop trading. And yeah, that's pretty much like my my context or situation right now. So without like talking too much, let's get to the core. So most of the time, what I do, I have most of the time I have a package where I have a render function. uh, it's not really like signature as a function, but let's say just say okay, and I have context, and here I might have some data, and just for the sake of the viewer, I'm just gonna return a context. Most okay, just to show what I do. And what I do here is I'm gonna say okay, I'll just return C. Oh, okay, sorry, just gonna use Vim binding because I can't use so most time what I'll do is I'm gonna go with context with value, and the parent context is going to see the key. And for the key, since we need to define a new type, and my type will be called, I will say, context dk, which is string. And since we can have like some, I will use, for example, a user just as my data, int, and a name as a string. And yeah, and I will define here my, so it's gonna be okay, I'm just gonna call dk data key equal data. Okay, that was the issue here. Oh yeah, sure. And yeah, and so in my key I will get dk, and the value most of the time, just because I have a string, I use map most of the time for the values, but you can use a structure, you might, but because like sometimes we can like pass like random data. And let's say I might have like in the data, okay, org, for example, I might have like some random stuff, and I will like, for example, the data I'm interested in, and we say data. Yep, I got. Okay, so, and then I need in the same package I have a function, let's say get, which takes context as first argument, and the key of the data we want, and we're just gonna return, because it's any, So here we have something like C value of decay, because yeah, and we have to string any, and we have something like that of key if we just return nil, otherwise I return v. Okay, so let's go into our main function, and I will say I'm just gonna create my user with ID1 and name Josh. Okay, and I will say my context equal render of context background. Okay, and view, and let's just play a little bit. Println, and I will say I will have get my and I want to take the URL, and that because I need that, and here I'm gonna have like data, and I'm gonna say okay, this is a user. So hopefully I didn't make any mistake and it should work. Okay, I made and define data 27 and 28. Oh yeah, sure. As you can see, you get the your URL and your user. Let's say maybe there's like another middleware or whatever between the time you get which add some data, and for whatever reason you might not have the right data or the right type. So let's pretend that we want to get the I'm doing that. Let's say I want, for example, the request ID, and my request ID is an int. This will panic. Okay, yeah, it will panic because we don't have like the we return a nil, and for reason, and this happen a lot. It might happen, and even like in the documentation of Templ, they say if you write a component that relies on a context variable that doesn't exist or is an unexpected type, your component will panic at runtime. This means that if your component relied on an HTTP middleware that set the context and you forgot to add it, or your component, yeah. So we can have like those situation for whatever reason. Yeah. So to go around it, I just use a generic function here. Okay. Yes, let's do that. And in my generic function, I will have like a variable r of type t, and I'm gonna return r. Okay. Meanwhile, I will say if v okay of data of key, if okay, I will say r equal v, and I'm gonna assert the type with t. Okay, this way the only thing I need to do here is for this one, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get a string, get record. I know I'm getting a user, and here, okay, so this way, even if the request ID doesn't exist, I will have like a default value. Okay, as you can see, I have HTTP Josh, and the request. So that's pretty much it. Nothing complicated here. So you just need that little generic function, and yeah, you it's kind of like solve a lot of my problems. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.